Shakespeare's accent, though. Well, I mean, Shakespeare's accent is very far away from what we think it to be. And indeed, the Shakespeare's Globe asked Dad to find out what this sound might be. And we've called this sound original pronunciation. And without any further ado, I'll let you hear what it sounds like. But by comparison, I will first give a little bit of a speech in received pronunciation. Now, received pronunciation is, in America, you call it good American, I think is the accent. Over here we have received pronunciation, and it is the accent that we are still told in drama schools today, that if you don't speak it, you cannot and will not be hired to perform Shakespeare. Ironically, when I auditioned for the Shakespeare's Globe just under 10 years ago now, in my audition I came and I gave my speech in my great received pronunciation, and the director looked at me and went, "Where are you from?" I grew up in Wales. And she said, "Do it in your Welsh accent." I did it in my Welsh accent. I got the job. And did every single show in that accent too, so it just goes to show, I suppose. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so the speech in received pronunciation and then in original pronunciation. And when I do the original pronunciation, I'd love to hear both from the people in the room and abroad. You're going to hear all sorts of different things. I'd love to hear what accents it reminds you of. And I will exaggerate both accents a little bit for the effect. The opening of Romeo and Juliet. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood lays civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal lines of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. Same speech, and this is as close as we can get to what Shakespeare's accent would have sounded like, and the accent of his actors. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our sin. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood lays civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal lines of theirs two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take the life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. It's cool, isn't it? I like. What accents does it remind you of? West Country. Scotland, Ireland, yeah. Archers. The Archers is a radio show. It doesn't matter, I'll explain to you later. I'm explaining to the rest of the world. Yeah, other accents. American, yep. Pirate. You know, I go into... No, you see, I go into schools about once a month over here and in Europe, and wherever I go, whatever age, whether it's 8 years old or 18 years old, and I say, "What accent does it remind you of?" And someone goes, "Pirates of the Caribbean!" Har! Yes, indeed. No, it's true, though, and there's a reason for that, too. But yeah, other accents. Oxfordshire, yeah. There's a theme here. Say the accent you don't want to say because you think you'd be wrong. Midland, yeah.
I didn't get Romeo.
You didn't? Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our sin. From ancient. I've had people say Canadian. I've had people say Australian. You're all right. Shakespeare's London was a melting pot of accents. People would come from Norwich and Wales and Scotland and Ireland and the Midlands and Somerset and pirate country. And they'd come to London and their accents would all mix in together. And then, of course, later on, they'd go to Bristol and sail across to America. And later still, they'd be sent to Bristol and go down to Australia. And that's, in part, where those accents all come from. Notice what it did to me? Two households, both alike in dignity in fair Verona, where we lay and come sort of slightly restricted here. Two households, I'm exaggerating it, of course. Two households, both alike in dignity. I've hunkered down. My centre, as actors would say, has shifted from some things like up here to much more earthier down here. My voice has dropped even further too. Two households. A deeper resonance has been engaged. A very useful resonance when you're outside in a theatre like, I don't know, let's say the Globe. It's faster too, eh? Two households, both alike in dignity. Two households, both alike in dignity. When they did the first original pronunciation experiment at the Globe, they were scared that people wouldn't understand it, and so they did most of the production in received pronunciation and 3 performances over a weekend in original pronunciation. Now, they, of course, did the scene that you saw Aslam and Jenny act, which is Romeo and Juliet meeting at a dance, and the director had choreographed the dance and the sonnet perfectly, and when they finished dancing, they finished speaking, and it was great. And then they did it in original pronunciation. And they were speaking so much faster, they got to the end of the sonnet, but they had still about a minute left of dancing with nothing left to say. No, we can't high five. The original pronunciation production was 10 minutes faster. Which could, you could understand then, as the chorus says, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. It's more achievable, perhaps. Definitely not the 3 3/4 hours traffic of our stage, as many Shakespeare productions have grown to.